There we go. Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming to my episode, Open to the Universe, QHHT. My name is Jennifer Martinez, and I am a holistic practitioner, which energy work, hypnosis. I've been doing this since 2018. But most of my life, I've always been in tune with the universe, knowing there was so much more, and it just aligned up for me. And in a beautiful way. Um, yeah. So thanks for coming to my episode today. I wanted to talk about the heart chakra and just a little bit on the QHHT. That's quantum healing hypnosis technique, and that was developed by the late Dolores Cannon. She had developed it, I would say, over a 50-year span, over 10,000 people she has done sessions on. She's wrote 18 to 19 books, something like that. So it's amazing. She really went above and beyond, and she is such a great teacher and reference that you can go back and listen to her material and really feel in tune afterwards, understanding the whole deal of being on earth, being here, experiencing life. So she just has such a beautiful way about it. And today I just wanted also, I do Reiki. So Holy Fire Reiki, which is just a consciousness, universal consciousness that I channel through the hands and rejuvenate your chakras. And that would be the Reiki, which again, it's phenomenal. We all have 7 main chakras in the system, in the body. We are a light body. It's just that we also have the physical body, the physical part to it. It's really neat. There is multiple parts to us. Of course, we are multidimensional, meaning that we have a higher self, we have the angels, they are part of us. They are not separate from us, so they're always with us, coming to earth, being born through the body and coming here. It's a master school on this planet, so it's definitely not easy. You may see people who have easy lives, but you really cannot judge those people because you don't know what other life they've had to now represent their calm life, their rest life, which is just an easy life. So some people do have it easy and others don't. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, because as I go through and work on my own self, I'm always looking at life now as just positive experiences. Yes, they're in 3D level. There is different levels to third density. There just is. There's just different levels to it. So when we say 3D, that's what we're meaning. In 4D and 5D, it's just a consciousness level. So in your consciousness, which is your mind, not necessarily the mind, but like the universe part of you, the soul part of you is the consciousness. So I just really want to go back to the basis of helping, guiding you guys, to just start to feel with the heart. And it's like not the physical heart. We have the 7 chakras, like I was saying, in the body. And then the heart chakra is in the heart center area. So that is a whole, that leads us through life. That holds all of the other past lives, all the other connections, bridges, you want to say, to others, to situations. And so that's really why I wanted to today. I was just so inspired after doing a few group events where I really saw that it's time now that us light workers really break it down for these 3D people who are really physically dealing with emotional pain, physical pain. I mean, I heard a lot of it that, oh, my shoulder, oh, my throat. So a lot of these things. So when it comes to the voice, that is your throat chakra. So just listening to some of these groups and then what people are saying, when it came down to it, I realized as a Reiki practitioner that half the time you're holding energy that just doesn't serve you anymore. So it's breaking the body down physically, because once you raise your vibration and understand that you're more than what you're giving yourself credit for, of course, that makes sense. And and just knowing what it feels like coming out of 3D. No, and it's like we all kind of thrive and we're like thirsty for more. I've noticed it. I've been paying attention to you guys out there and noticing what you guys really are getting excited about, are depriving yourselves. So following these events, following us to just get another step up, to just feel better, to just do better, because that's really all of our light workers, all the light workers out there. That just means everyone who's bringing you light, showing you that you are light, but through them, they're each person is lighting up. So there's your light worker. And what we're representing and our main agenda is really for you to just see that reflection and be the best you can be. That really is it. We're not saying, hey, you have to do it like this, you have to do it like that. We're not saying, hey, it's time, you have to wake up, you just have to. It's not up to us. It just isn't. It's up to you guys individually when it is ready, when you feel like the time is right. But, really just you following and hearing and listening to people, light workers have beautiful messages, and you get a little thirsty for that. You want more. You're like, oh, that is the consciousness, this beautiful universal energy that says, oh, hey, you're in the right direction. So that is what I was trying to say, is like, follow that ping, that little tiny ping that says, oh, sign up for that event because they're talking about the universe. You are the universe. So coming here on this planet, just going back, because I'm also an Akashic record reader, and understanding the universe, understanding multiverse, because we are multidimensional. That just means there's different parts of us in different dimensions. I know that kind of blows your mind. I didn't want to go too deep, but I did want to throw that out there just so you can start to kind of chew on it a little bit, take it in a little bit, see what it feels like thinking that way, and what does it do to you? Does it give you this mood of, I don't want anymore? That's the ego. So there you go. There's multiple parts to us. We have our personalities. We have the ego. Ego is strong. Ego is going to say, ego is always negative. So remember that. Compassion comes from the universal side, the godly side of you. We all have the soul. There's the godly side. I mean, however you want to say it, we have tarnished the word God so much that we all have a feeling or a judgment of it because we say God, because there's so much going on out there. um, so that is that part of you that will always be positive, always lead you down the positivity, or neutrality. But you're not going to get to neutral or even positive if you don't bring that part in. Otherwise, it's negative. It's like, don't do that anymore because they don't know what they're talking about. That's the ego saying, oh, don't become spiritual, because if you become part of the universe, what will happen to me? That's the ego. It's very selfish. So anytime you feel a negative pull, draw, that's the ego. But again, that's energy. So kind of going back galactic, just understanding Earth, and that more timeline shifting. She's amazing. Earth as well is a multidimensional being. She has chakras. She's very much alive. She's very much like play in nature, talk to the trees. It's like stop and smell the roses. I've always been a fan of that analogy because really it's like, hey, we are here. Hey, we are physically in a body. Hey, we can plant whatever it is, whatever you're planting. But I realize that we're not all blessed with the perfect body, right? We're not all blessed with that. So we came in, we made an agenda for that life experience because the soul never dies. It's eternal. It keeps going. So listen to Dolores. She really goes in depth of the journey of the soul. So that inspired me to do Reiki. And then as I was doing Reiki, I realized that I could read the Akashic records from the person I was doing Reiki on. Really, it was just stuck emotions in the body, and I could see the life and I could see the pain that it wanted to come out and be transmitted and be just dissolved into love and light, just knowing that in that moment it was an experience. And that goes into the emotion part. So just kind of going back to coming into this universe, this universe is polarity, opposites. So the whole universe, this whole entire universe is all that, opposites. Up, down, left, right, inside, outside. So that is polarity. And duality is your reality with polarity. So you got your good and your negative, or your positive, sorry. And okay, so you got your good and your positive. Don't want to get myself, I get so excited talking to you guys because I get so passionate about it. I'm so excited to explain what I know so far to help guide you guys. It's not like I want you guys to be a certain way. It's just pure love and light that I am putting out there, that I really care about humanity. I really care about my reflection to the world, and understanding that it's just an orchestra. It really is. It really is. And we've all been through everything. So anyway, going back to the universe, coming back in, this wasn't the first planet that we were on in this universe. We have done a cycle and we finally ended up on Earth. But a lot of things are happening on Earth. A lot of things. It's really kind of ramping up because we're trying to get it all out of the system, playing all that negative energy and positive energy through the bodies. It's the only way. So listening to Dolores and me as a practitioner of hypnosis, when we come into the body, there is energy and emotions because we are energy. Everything is energy. That's the only way we can transmute those emotions. So I was listening to an event yesterday, and as I was just the audience, I was just listening and giving everyone their moment who are in 3D. And they're like, oh, my body hurts, my back hurts, da da da. Well, that all is energy. And as the practitioners who are my friends, as they're going through it and saying, hey, okay, we're seeing this, we're seeing that, half the time you're empathic. So you're absorbing other people's energy that is negative, that is dense, that's heavy, and it's bogging you down. So it's protecting yourself in that white light. It's understanding that you're a light body. It's understanding that we are trying to transmute these negative energies that we say that are there and whatever. As they were creating Earth long ago, and you can look this up, long ago, we had the Anunnaki. They came to our beautiful planet because they destroyed theirs and they wanted to harvest our gold, mine it, whatever. And there were already indigenous, like reptilians and other, I don't want to go into it as far as like what beings were actually here, but they mind controlled and manipulated, and it didn't work out too because they were gods. They did not want at all. They didn't. Where am I going with this? This is how it all started, and then as we evolved, the higher self, everything. It's like an orchestra. It all played out. We were lied to at the very beginning. And once the truth all comes out and we start to understand, this is the ages of the Aquarius where truth is revealed. And you're going to see that. You see that with all the 3D stuff, that the scams, the corporations, all of that. 3D, anything that involves money and power, 3D, 100%. So that all is in us. The Anunnaki, they help create us into this human being that we are now, but not even just them. It was multiple extraterrestrials. So extraterrestrial meaning like the Syrians, the Palladians, the Atrominans. I love going galactic because they are our family. They love us so much. And so to know that there's just so much more out there, it's just really a relief. It's beautiful. It's calming. For me, it is, as I go through and as I release that what doesn't serve me. So following my heart chakra really is a big deal. I'm very compassionate of a person, but I became more compassionate. I wasn't always that way. I tended to be very selfish of a person, guarded as a person. And I realized as I was going through it and as I was opening my heart chakra and releasing these emotions that don't serve me anymore, childhood emotions, but I was healing that part of myself, releasing what doesn't serve me, whatever was stuck in me that, hey, I know that feeling is there, but I love myself. I'm surrendering that moment. I'm allowing good to flow through, universe to flow through. I'm allowing that love to come in. And that's really our agenda, is allowing, surrendering. Sure, I could fight it. Sure, I can stay in my negative because we all have that ability. We're all given that option, that ability, that feeling, is that we have free will. Definitely. It was granted to us to, especially after the control at the very beginning. That's really what I was getting at, is like when the beings were created at the very beginning, they didn't really have free will. They were very much manipulated. They were very much forced to do it. And the higher beings, like I just named, the Drominans, the Mantis, and so on, they wanted us to have free will and let us create our own thing, our own deal. And you can see the mess that it is as of now. You can see that mess. You can see that it got jumbled. But you're an amazing being. You've come to Earth because it's a master school. So you're no wimp. You really are no wimp. You really are so magnificent, so incredible. And to find that, to know that that's inside you, and you just keep following the next coolest thing that works with you, that resonates with you. Because people were like, how do I find someone I like to listen to? You just keep looking and going and going to these events and going to social media that have inspirational people who are talking about spirituality, whatever it is, whatever that you're attracted to, really. It comes down what you're attracted to, and to keep putting yourself first. It's like it's not in a selfish way, but it is in a selfish way. Putting yourself first. What works for you? What is the best for you? And when you do that, you start to raise your vibration. So it seems so complicated when you're in this stickiness, this emotional. Some of us get handed a tough deck of cards. I mean, we really, really do. But you've created that before you come in. You said, oh, I'm a master. I can't have kindergarten level. I can't have super simple. I'll be bored. This is what you're saying before you come into the body. I promise you. So you say, okay, well, let's see what's on earth. There's still religion. There's still infidelity. There's still this. There's still that. So these are all negative entities, negative things, right? So you come down as this beautiful light being and you go, okay, I choose them as my parents, or maybe I don't have parents, or maybe I am just with my grandma, or maybe I'm just with aunt, uncle, or the neighbors, or whoever is your guardian. Because I really feel like we all choose something a little different when we come here. As I'm an observer and I notice those things, it's like, wow. And sometimes we say, oh, I have this emotion still to work out. So the soul can never get rid of the emotion. The body can. So it has to go through the chakras. It has to be transmitted through. It's an orchestra. So it's the soul, it's the human body, it's your chakras. It's a combination of things. So we come in, but this is the thing, we get blinders on. So we have this beautiful plan, right? But right at the end, then everyone says, oh, and by the way, you're going to be blindfolded just for a little while until you figure out how to take those blindfolds off. Which just means you forget that you made a plan. It just means you forgot that, okay, this is how it's going to be. And it may be a little sticky and it may be this way. There is somewhat of a plan. But as we come into the body, we do forget that plan. And also, free will comes into play. So it's a little complex. I'm not going to lie, it's complex. But once you start dedicating yourself with maybe a session that you can meditate with, maybe you just listen to a hymn of something that is just so delectable and just so beautiful and fabulous and soothing. No words, just sound and relaxing. Or maybe you choose listening to inspirational affirmations. I am. Anytime you say I am, that is powerful. You are a creator. You create your reality. And once you take that take the reins back. It's like you're riding a horse. You take the lead back. You say, okay, that's enough. I'm taking control of my life again. I'm actually going to do some good stuff for myself. I'm going to meditate. I may take a nice brisk little walk for 10 minutes, whatever that looks like for you, that you want to take charge of. And you see people doing it. You see the organization that you can get. You can see the reflection from other people. There are people who have rest lives. Like I said, a lot is happening all right here and right now, and we're seeing it all. So you may say, wow, that person, she can eat whatever she wants. Wow, that's amazing. Well, I can't eat whatever I want. So, that's what's happening. We're reflecting to each other what energy we're working out, what is happening. You can get to, I've always said this in your life, it doesn't have to always be a struggle. You can have half a little bit crazy and then you can get out of it, and then you can have a rest life, the rest of your life. It doesn't have to be the whole life to have chaos and chaotic and But I'm also realizing we have heartbreak. So again, here's the illusion of being on the planet. I mean, I've lost someone, several people. I'm also a senior caregiver. I just do a lot of things. I've just realized as my journey is not boxing myself in to say, oh, I only do this. So I've really left that open. Anything I'm attracted to now in my life, I'm doing it. I'm having fun. So I may be a senior caregiver. I may be a baker. I may be a energy worker. I'm so many things. I'm a creator, and so are you. You're a creator, and that's a big deal to know that you create everything in your life and everything around you, because that's just what we do, and we just don't realize it. So it's beautiful. It's wonderful. And to know that you are that creator, to know that you can release what doesn't serve you. And that's what I'm saying right now. And it's going to feel sticky. It's going to feel sticky, but leading with your heart, finding a Reiki practitioner, that is a beautiful gift. It really is. Or quantum healing hypnosis technique. You can go to dolorescannon.com, find a practitioner in your area, or you can contact me. I would love to do a session on you. It's just knowing that you're worth it. You're worth going and getting a session. You're worth getting a Reiki session done on you. You're worth it. You are so worth it. You have emotions that don't serve you. And there's other people who were coming into the event, and I realized Reiki is such an amazing gift to us, and we were deprived it. We should have known it right at birth. We should have known Reiki right at birth. We literally would be so pure and so easygoing, because really Reiki rejuvenates the chakras, releasing anything that doesn't serve you. And you feel wonderful, and you feel light, and you feel fresh, and you feel worth it, and you feel magnificent. And that's the beauty of it, is to have those feelings, to get into positivity, and not reflect to your neighbor or whoever it is that you're jealous because they've figured it out, but you didn't figure it out. Remember, when you're in that state of mind, you can't what am I saying? It's like you can't go up from that negativity. You cannot go up. If anything, you go down. And that's okay too, because sometimes you have to hit the bottom of the barrel. You do. It's the only way sometimes. And that's the ego. That makes you go, oh, that is right. That was my ego. Okay, ego. Okay, self. Okay, I love you. I love my body. Yeah, maybe my hip hurts. Maybe my back hurts. Maybe my shoulder hurts. Okay, shoulder, I love you. Thank you for that awareness, for that acknowledgement of saying, oh, I have energy there. Half the time, these people didn't even go to the doctors. They were like, oh, I just feel like it's energetic. That is a inkling. That is a ting. That is saying right there that it's energy, that it isn't real, and that just needs to be surrendered. And what is it? Acknowledged. It could be a past life event that maybe the soul and I'll go to the level of you have past lives, they are your past lives. That level is coming out of 3D, realizing you've lived hundreds, maybe thousands of lives. The soul is eternal, so it never dies. It comes from the universe. You are universal being. You are worthy. It's amazing that you chose to come here, because we choose to come here. It's amazing that you are here on this planet with us. We love you. You're amazing. You're worth it. all that hard work, it does pay off. But again, once you realize it and you realize there's law of attraction, you don't have to do the hard work. That again is the illusion. That again is the energy of positive and negative. There is no need to work so hard. And that is just this eons and eons of us having to be slaves, kind of going back to the beginning part of what I was explaining is like they made us into these workers, slaves. So that's embedded in us because look at the world. Look at it. We're all working, but then there's these higher up beings. So just remembering that you are worth it. You are amazing. Whatever you choose to do, you can do it. If you want to switch your career, do it. If you want to switch, I mean, you've got to take charge. And like I said, take those reins back and be the best you can be. And start out by following these events, listening, taking it in. And really, anytime there's any kind of a healing, just taking that in and closing your eyes and putting your hand on your heart and just knowing that you start with your own self of love, that you are love. And yeah, you may lose people. I've lost people too, and it is not easy. And I know it's not easy. That's why I realized why I want to be the guide is because I have been through those things, the painful things, the divorced parents, the back and forth of yelling, the unsureness as a child, the unsureness as a young adult. I've done it. I've been there. And knowing that you can come out of it with love and understanding and compassion, and knowing that there's really no agenda but just to experience life. What is awesome? Where do I want to start to go? Maybe I do want to start baking, and maybe I do also want to do a yoga instructor. Maybe I do also want to paint. Those are all those are just a few little examples. I know they're simple, but that's how simple it is. I think we complicate it because we lead with ego. And ego goes, oh, that's not hard enough. That's not complicated enough. Let's get in there. Let's really make it hard. Let's put you with a reflection of someone who has a master's and PhD and all of that. Now, how do you feel? Right? So then you get in front of someone who has all these credentials and you're like, oh, oh, okay. So that is another reflection. And leading with your heart, you can then say, wow, good for you. That's an amazing experience you must have had. No judgment, pure positivity that then goes into neutrality, because that is the end goal of knowing that you're not, you stop the judging, because that's all we are. We're judging each other, a reflection to each other of, oh, I've done this, I've been here, I've done that. And then others are like, oh, how do I get there? I don't know how to get there. That's ego. Ego's never going to know how to get there. So when you push that aside and say, I am here where I am, and that's okay. I know that the light, and that's by putting your hand over your heart and knowing that you are light, seeing it in your body, seeing that light pour through the body, and just closing your eyes. Use your imagination. That's really important, to start to use your imagination. That's why we have it, you guys. Why else would it be built into our brain? Like, it couldn't be any more simple. Why would they give us story built into our brain? And why would they give us imagination built into our brain? It's built in there. We all have a story. We all do. And maybe we do use our imagination, but we don't use it for good. We use it for, right? Is there a good or a bad? But we can use it for bad. Until you figure out that there is no good and bad. That then puts you in neutrality. That puts you into a neutral state of mind. But you can't get there until you can be consistent with your positivity. And when you're consistent with positivity, by knowing you love yourself. I think that's the biggest deal, is really starting to love yourself. Go within. Start to feel within. See that light come within. And that's that heart chakra, holding that hand over your heart, getting yourself some rejuvenated energy, and just closing your eyes off from the world and just know that you start to love yourself, listening to this inner self that's beautiful, that's gentle, that's guiding, that loves you. It's not going to say negative things. That's not the part you listen to. Although that's where we're at now. I feel like a lot of people listen to that part on a regular basis. So you already know, if you do listen to that part on a regular basis, you already know that that doesn't work. You're where you're at, and it may not be a good feeling. It may not be a good path, you know. And so just knowing that right there and understanding that that's the ego, that's not what you want. That's not what you want, but it's just like, that's the ego that leads you down a negative path. There's that other part of you. And that's what I mean. And it's the loving part. It's the part that says it's okay. You are enough. You're worth it. You're worth it. You're worth it. You're amazing, right? So that's the part I'm talking about. That's the part to start to listen to. Hand over heart, close your eyes, let that white light come in, and just allow it and just thank it. And thank you for being here and being present in the moment. And that's where you start. And then when you go that way and you start to lead into the world, is like, okay, I can hi to the neighbors. I can say, I don't like my job anymore. I'm confident I'm doing something else. Or this relationship doesn't work. I'm confident I'm doing something else. But with love and light. That's the agenda, love and light. There's no judgment. There's no negativity. It's just pure. It's like a brand new baby. Pure, pure, pure. Gift from the heavens, and when you look at life like that, and to be thankful you're here, to be thankful you're in the body, that you actually have the opportunity to expand, to do better, that's everything. Literally, that's everything. The only thing is coming out of 3D, it's very dense, it's very sticky, and I mean the energy is, so it's going to pull you right back with all the issues and problems that you may not have dissolved, or maybe you just pushed them aside and you're not quite there yet. It's like going to the gym for the first week of exercise. Sure, you can kind of do them. Sure, you can go to the gym. Sure, you can get on there, but you're not going to be that great at first. It's going to take some time to really build those muscles, really get yourself conditioned as you are worth it. You are amazing. You can do this. It's going to pull you back in with issues, whatever they can be. Someone passing away, relationships not doing well. I mean, that's 3D pulling you back. It's dense, it's negative. It can be really good challenge to come out of 3D. But as you keep moving forward with your heart chakra, with knowing that you are worth it, you're going to come out of it. You're going to go into the 4D. There's different levels of 3D, different levels of 4D. So right now, a lot of you guys are in that low 3D, low, dense 3D. And that's the sticky stuff that goes, oh, why does my body hurt? Why does the body wants to go with the consciousness? Body wants to go higher vibration. But if we leave the body back in 3D and our mind, our universal part of ourselves, that consciousness, that goes to 4 and 5D, the body starts to hurt. So that's really, really important to know. You're bringing that body with you. You're finding whatever doesn't serve you. You're saying, "Oh, my shoulder hurts. Okay, shoulder, what is there? What are you trying to tell me? What energy is left?" I know that seems surreal. I know that that's a big step for anyone in this low dense 3D to understand that it is energy, that we have past lives, that we have emotions that we haven't released from other lives. Sometimes we gather them from that, from other people because we're empaths. And so but we're all empaths. That's what I wanted to say yesterday, is that we're actually all empaths and we're here to help each other. Why do you think we're all here on this planet together? Not to just fight each other or whatever it is. No, we're here to help each other. We're here to reflect each other, because if we were here by ourselves, how would we get the job done? How would we get the agenda spread? How would we spread our love and the compassion and knowing that we're so much more? So we're here. We're brother, sister, consciously. We are one. It's a lot to absorb. So it's just knowing that. And it's a whole thing, it's exercise. It's really getting that body moving. It's loving your environment. It's also not pouring in all sugars and all gluten and all of the dense, heavy food. You're going to notice that too, is that food doesn't serve you anymore as far as nurture you and really good for you. Low energy food. Those people making the food don't have good vibrations. They have a lot of issues as well, super 3D. And they're put in to the back to go make your food. And you might have a great high vibration, but eating that food is going to bring it down, bog it down, since our body is energy. And that's the other thing that we have to pay attention to. Trying to pay attention to eating raw food, healthy food, and making eating fun again with good food. There's no need to eat this processed food, this heavy, dense food. I know a lot of people love it. I know it's not that easy. It's easier said than done. I've been in the cities. I don't live in the city. I live in the country. I really remoted myself to an area that I can expand. I can just thrive. I can grow my own garden. I can go to a farmer's market and get all that fresh, veggies and produce and just all that good stuff. So it's those kind of things, drinking purified water, really having some sun against my face. It's those kind of things that it's not just one thing that is going to get you to this higher vibration. It is multiple things. It's multiple things, period. It is the way you eat. It's the way you talk. It's the way you live. It's the way you are. I mean, we can keep going into it. And when you start to love yourself, go within, see what's there for emotions. What is negative? Oh gosh, I'm jealous. Oh gosh, you start to see these negative intentions. And that's not you. It's not. You're beautiful. You're a light. I'm thankful you're on our planet. I'm thankful you're here on Earth and with us doing it together. I'm grateful for it. So there you go. And talking that way, I am healthy. I am vibrant. I am magnificent. I mean, it makes you already, if that vibration going through the body, it's the best. It's release. It's rejuvenating. It's everything. So, doing that and loving yourself is the best release. I know it seems that some people can't get there from where they're at because they're like, oh, my whoever relationship, maybe that person passed away. That is my next episode as far as helping you guys through those moments. I have had lots of those moments, so I definitely have compassion for those moments. I have compassion for their lives, the ones who have been here and who have left. They're very much still there, and they very much want you to still love them just as much as they were physically here. And just allowing it, accepting it. And, most of the time, anyway, when we feel them, when we get sorrow, feeling that sorrow, it's them they're saying, hey, I'm still here. I'm still in your heart. I'm in your heart chakra, right? So that's why it's everything. Your heart chakra is the center of it all. And it's really important that we connect back to our heart chakra. But right now, most of your guys' heart chakra is blocked or overactive. As a practitioner, that is something I could work on for you. So you can go to happylioncenter.com and book a session with me, or you can email me at Jenn, JENN, at happylioncenter.com. So just a lot of love and light for you guys today, and just always put yourself first. Always go within the self before judging others, because really, in reality, you're judging yourself. It's a reflection. Remember that. That's why we're here. That's why we're all here doing this. It's an orchestra. So do good. Be the best you can be. Look for good things. When things are heavy and dense, be kind to yourself. Look for other people that you can resonate with. And that could be just strictly online. I have a lot of that stuff going on where you just go online, and there's a whole world of it, actually. There really is, And just know that you're worth it and you are enough. I know those are simple words, but you are. You're amazing. You can do this. You can do this thing. It's called life. So keep up the good work. Keep up listening to other practitioners. Keep up listening to me, whatever you want, whoever you resonate with. Just keep up that pace. And when you keep that pace going, your vibration rises just like that. Just like that. And don't ever feel like you need to know what level you're at. Just keep going. There is no race. There really is no race. It's just you becoming the best you can be. That's it. There's no race. Everyone's at a different pace because that's just what it is. And just know that right where you are is where you're supposed to be. And when you listen to something, that you were meant to listen to it, and that you are the universe is within you. So just always be kind to yourself, always be gentle to yourself. And you'll do great. You really will. You'll get to that higher level, and you won't even know. It's like a race. It's not like a race. That's what I meant to say. It's not like a race. Anyway, all right. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I feel good about that part. And so, lots of love and light to you guys. And take care.